Hello, my wonderful doll-loving friends. This is Annie from Annie's Playhouse. Today, I have brought you to the streets of New Orleans. This is Bourbon Street, and John is walking home late at night after a fun night of playing around with his friends. Uh, Up here, we have Chris Owens. He's just passing the Chris Owens Club. She passed away just in 2023. She was one of the big highlights of New Orleans. I never got to see her, but I did spend time in New Orleans. It's such a fun place. If you like to party, it's like a never-ending party. Well, as you can see, the streets are lined with trash cans. They're really trying very hard to keep their streets clean because people are messy in America. I don't know why, but they are. Anyway, we are here to compare John to this wonderful new gentleman with the same face sculpt. John is looks number 4, and this gentleman right here is Ken Kouture number 2. And obviously he's extremely special, so we're going to unbox him and then compare the two dolls. I thought New Orleans would be fun to just do a little street scene because they are, he's dressed in a street, well, I don't know, it's not really street attire. It was meant originally for the, like the businessman, but it is pretty unusual, and I'm going to open them up now. This box, by the way, is amazing. So it says on here, Ken Kouture over here in silver, and then it says Barbie's signature. So he's a signature doll, which means that no more than 20,000 have been made worldwide. And then in the back it says the Ken Kouture series is an on-trend bespoke collection celebrating Ken and his classic blue hue. As the second doll in this collection, this Ken doll's uber chill vibe is enhanced by his vinyl trench coat layered over an icy blue ombre print suit. Complementing his stylish fit is a snowy white messenger bag and matching sneakers. From his striking bold, bald look, aviator style sunglasses, to his signature pendant, it's clear the K represents more than his initial. It's a statement. That's what it says on the back. So anyway, I do love the artwork. It's really beautiful. And this doll was designed by Carlisle. I pronounced his name wrong. Carlisle Nuera. And, we love him. He's a very talented designer at Mattel. And this is a gorgeous box. I'm going to definitely keep this and reuse it. So this magnet keeps it closed, and then it opens up this way and reveals a silver lining in the back. By the way, I must mention the reason I wanted to jump on today and do this unboxing is because Mattel Creations is having a half-price sale on certain items, and Ken Kouture number 2 is one of them. So I was really thrilled to catch the 50% off sale because I've been wanting him, but I, wasn't really a giant fan of his outfit. I like much more conservative clothes. Well, I mean, I love hip outfits, but this was a little bit way out for me to use in my regular sort of playhouse. I want dolls that fit in with my other ones really well. He's a little bit avant-garde, but I love his face sculpt, and I like that he was bald even. Although, who knows, I might in time add some hair to him, but I was after this face sculpt and scouring Etsy to see if anyone was selling just the head. But anyway, I missed out on a couple of those, auctions. But here he is at half price, and I'm thrilled. So I believe you still have close to 24 hours. Like, just jump on the Mattel website. So I'm taping this video on November 8th, 2025, and I believe the sale is on for one more day at this point. And then also be aware that when you go to checkout, the 50% off shows up, and then they do a little pop-up of a couple other things that are also offered on a 20% off sale. And you have like 10 minutes to decide whether or not you want either of the two items that they offer. It's kind of a new thing they're doing, as far as I know. I've never seen it before. Anyway, it comes out like this. There's a little piece of tape that was here that I removed, but it's one of those easily removable tapes. And you can see he's a very, very handsome gentleman. Oh, there I am, being mirrored. See, he's very, very handsome. So I'm going to set aside this gorgeous box for now and get him out of this packaging. I do love this box. This is definitely getting used in some cool way later. So let's see. Okay, so this is the back. And I guess he comes with a kind of a cool, unique stand. But I'm not crazy about the Mattel stands because they always break on me. But for now, I'm happy to have this one. It's always nice to get a stand. And then the letter of authenticity is on this cardstock, which is always nice. And then we'll see how quickly we can get him out of here. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about his outfit. So in case you're not aware, this suit that he's wearing was inspired by Louis Vuitton's Cloud menswear fashion show in fall 2020. And as you can see, they also did a lot of accessories, and it was a super fun show with these oversized, little props and stuff. But the suits were very much like the one that this John is wearing in the Ken Kouture underneath this trench coat. So I'm going to get him out of this box, and then we can compare it to the two guys. I might should I do this off camera? Let me see how easy he is to get out of here. Sometimes I like to unbox on camera because then you get an idea of how easy he is to get out. I think that that's really beneficial. But on the other hand, I know people sort of prefer shorter videos sometimes. So it's kind of a toss-up, but this is coming out pretty easily. So I like these tabs that they're doing. I think Mattel is aware of our desires and, what we as collectors prefer for our collector dolls. I think if they just did away with the T-ties, that would be the final amazing gift that Mattel could give us. Shipping was really quick, so you don't have to wait long for these dolls that have gone on sale. They may have another Black Friday sale or something, I don't know. But this one is a good one. 50% off on several really great items. So you definitely want to check that out. All right, one more little tab here. This one's giving me a little bit of a hard time. Okay. All right, and this is cool too. I might be able to use this, if I cut out pieces, they might make a cool mirror or something in the dollhouse, so I'm holding on to that as well. Okay, so this is what he comes like, and there's a whole body plastic piece that is molded. So I'm going to try to cut these out, although you can unhook them some people like to keep those, I think. But you know, you just have to be careful because even though there's that protector, you can grab the material accidentally. Yeah, has very cool shoes. I like those. They call them sneakers, but they're really cool. They're different. I think this ring light might be a little too much. Let's see. Dim it down a little bit. You know, okay, I think that might be better. All right, let's get you out of here. Oh my goodness, you are so cool, and I am so happy to have you in my playhouse. So, I don't know how you all feel about his outfit. I'd be really interested to know. You know, I'm not really old-fashioned, but I don't know that too many men want to stand out this much. I mean, I've noticed the football players sometimes when they, you know, they deck out in high fashion gear. So somebody might have actually worn this that I'm not aware of in sort of like a public figure. But I did do some research, and there was one woman that, you know, went to the show and loved it, and she was getting a tie for her husband out of that ombre fabric. So this is his bag. Now, I'm not sure what that strap is, but we're going to find out in a minute. So he has these aviator sunglasses, which, you know, I love the style of it, but I wish that it had transparent lenses. So, you know, these dolls that are the expensive collector dolls really need to, you know, really have all the things we want, because that's what keeps us from spending the big bucks on them. So, as I showed you, the shoes are super cool. And let's check out this bag. Okay, I'm curious to see what this is, if mine just has a flaw or if that's a part of it. So they've got this, you know, like elastic on it, and then a little cardboard in it to help it show its shape. All right, I get it. So this is just a strap that he can have, you can turn it into a really nice shoulder bag or crossbody bag, because it's got this long strap, so you can adjust it any way you want. It is definitely adjustable, which is definitely cool. So I like that. And then the sunglasses, I don't want to hurt it, it's on him with this crazy, what is this? I guess it's just a piece of plastic. It looked like tape. So that's what it looks like. I mean, it's cool. I know that there are some sunglasses for humans that have sort of these mirrored lenses, so I can see that, but I do prefer the ones with the transparent lens. Now the trench coat, you know, it's amazing. It's very, very well constructed. But here again, I feel like it's not something that my dolls in my playhouse would wear, not the men anyway. Not that, you know, I'm pretty open-minded and about that sort of thing, and I love that on the red carpet lately, men have been wearing brooches and cool jewelry, and you know, I love that men's fashion is evolving. I really do. It's just that I don't have enough of these kind of things in my collection, so they may not fit in as well as, you know, like a dark suit or a more traditional suit would. And same with the trench coat. You know, if you saw my 15th Doctor review, you know, that coat was a cool coat. So I am also going to try some of these things on the ladies and see if, you know, the curvies might fit in, fit these, you know, these outfits might fit the curvies, is what I was going to say, or trying to say. Okay, let's see what this suit looks like. I mean, I may be wrong about it, but I don't think so. Okay, so My first impressions of the suit is, well, it's got a shawl collar, which is different. I don't like that the silver snap is so visible. I think that that's kind of, see, let's see. See how it is? It's a little bit too much, too in your face. I'm going to take it off of him so I can see what this thing is that's in our way. But I will point out that he's wearing a very cool watch. Let's see. Yep, it's definitely a cool watch. I like that. Okay, I'm going to unsnap this. I definitely think it's a little too close to the edge over there. So he has a blue undershirt on, which is very cool. Unfortunately, this Ken does not come on a made-to-move body, which is what most of us collectors would love, but he is on what is called the male model muse body. Now, I'm having trouble taking this off a little bit because of that watch, so I think I might have to remove the watch, which I don't love because I don't want to break it. Okay. So I don't know. I mean, he looked gorgeous in the box, but there's a lot of these little doodads all around him. I'm not sure an inbox collector would really love that, but there's a lot of these little, you know, elasticy things. And anyway, I'm sure they do the best they can. They want the dolls to look really good and not get jostled around too much. It looks like he's got some nice muscular arms. Okay, so John, I am going to put you on a stand so that we can take a look at this jacket. The construction looks really good. Okay. I'm happy to be giving out Ken doll some love. He looks cool. But, you know, because he's not made to move, yeah, I'm disappointed in the body, to be honest. He can't really put his hands in his pockets. These are working pockets, which is very cool. But he can't really take advantage of that because of his construction. So, you know, I don't know. I don't always know why Mattel makes the decisions that they do. But anyway, this jacket is really well constructed. It's beautifully finished on the inside. You know, it's very, very nice. I think this collar maybe is intended to be up in the back, but it's really nice. This cloud print is fun. I won't say it's not. But this suit might work better if I remove that snap, because of course the stitching also shows here, which is not ideal in my opinion. But I can see why, you know, they feel like they had to do that. I do think it could have been stitched with just the bottom part of the fabric so that you wouldn't get this, or they could put a little button over that. I don't know. But I think since there's no buttons on this jacket, it could very well just be removed and have like an open jacket. But it is beautifully constructed, and the fabric is very unique and really fun. So there's that. Okay. Let's see what else you've got to show us. Okay, so he's got this cool necklace that I really like, although I think I would have liked it better as a chain. I don't know, it is cool. It is cool. And I know that a lot of men do wear this kind of jewelry. I just think K is a little bit, you know, I don't know. Do men really wear their initials? I know women do. So, you know, here again, I don't mean to sound sexist at all. But You know, it's just something we're not 100% used to. Okay, so the shirt opens up with the Velcro in the back, and it reveals a very nice muscular body. I mean, it's a beautiful body. You can't really you know, complain about it in a way. It's just not flexible enough. You know, his arms do come out really nicely, although this one is bent. So they're sort of like models. They're like the female model muse bodies, but, you know, we want our dolls to have more flexibility. So I'm going to remove these sandals so that, you know, I can remove the pants better. Now these, it look pale blue to me. And they said it was white, which I'm fine with it being pale blue, but I don't know why they called it white. I mean, it definitely has a blue hue. There's no question about that. I think it's fine. But they, on the back of the box, they implied that it was white to match the bag. So I don't know what that's all about. So the pants, again, Velcro in the back. They have working pockets on both sides. Very nice. And it's creased in the front, which is also nice. And this is what his body looks like. So, sorry to have you naked on Bourbon Street. You're going to get arrested. But let's compare him to John's body. And then we will restyle this guy. I have not given him a name yet. But right now he's John Jr. I don't know. I kind of thought that Doug would be a good name for him. I'm not sure why I thought that. But, oh yes, the t-shirt is very nice as well. Now, this is really beautifully made. Look at this detail on the stitching. It's really nice around the collar. And the sleeves are nicely finished. Everything about this is very nice. So, no complaints about that. So, yeah, the t-shirt's very, very nicely made. I'm happy about that. Okay, so John's wearing a really cool outfit. And this is more, let me see if that, I want to get the light just right so you can see him. John is a very, very handsome. John's a very handsome guy. I really love him, and I like his hair. They're sort of braids, although in the back it's sort of shaved. So I don't know, it's really cool. I love his hair. A lot of people have taken it down, but I like it the way it is, so I'm not going to be taking it down. Yeah, John was, so he's number 4. He was from the first wave. I remember we nearly lost our minds. It was so, like, oh my God, he's the best. I wish I remembered where this jacket was from. It's a super, super cool jacket. Okay, John, let's get you naked so we can compare you to your long-lost cousin. Now, right off the bat, you can tell that their skin tone is really different. John, the original John, is much, much darker in complexion. But the arms, you know, are the same amount of muscle. Only John can, you know, bend he can do cool stuff with his arm and his wrist. I mean, I'm sort of, I don't know, I'm flabbergasted that these designer dolls are not in made-to-move bodies. I mean, if Mattel is wondering why it's not selling better, I think that that's sort of an obvious answer. Although I know some collectors do like it. I mean, frankly, it would be really cool if they gave us an option. And I wouldn't mind paying an extra $5 to have my doll on, you know, an articulated body. But clearly that's what we want. Another difference I see is that John has these molded on underwear, which the new John does not, the Ken Kouture. Let's see what else. Ken Kouture seems taller. That's interesting. I did not realize that, but he's definitely taller. Now, he tilts to one side, so it's kind of weird. You can't really, you know, it's hard to stand him up completely straight. But it is obvious that when you do back to back, look at the difference. All right, let's make sure this John's joints are really straight so that we can really see the difference. I really love these joints on him. It's just so cool to be able to pose your dolls. So, you know, there's, it's not a lot of difference, maybe a half an inch, but it definitely seems to me that the Ken model Muse, or the male model Muse body, is taller. And, you know, John just looks the same height because of his hair, but he really is not. He's definitely shorter. All right, so now we have done that. We've done the comparison. Let's just see. So we did the arms, so the arms can go way out. The legs, he can do a split this way, but they do not go out side to side at all, like not at all, you know, not at all. Now, what about his head? His head can turn side to side. Yeah, it goes up and down. That's good. Okay, that's good. And then in comparison to the original John, you know, he has 22 points of articulation, so he can go into all sorts of cool poses. He can go, oh my goodness, what's going on? And he can put his hands in his pockets. He can kneel and get into all kinds of cool poses. So what we need now, Mattel, is a made-to-move body in this skin tone so that we can use these dolls in our stories, because he is a very cool doll. All right, so it is time to restyle our Ken. And I brought out a couple of options. I kind of think that jeans would be nice for him. I could put him in khakis, or these are like worn jeans. They're like really nicely broken in. Now looks a little slim to me, so I hope he fits these. These might be baggy on him, actually. Let's see, John. Let's see what your body looks like. These jeans are made for the action figures, and they're really good on the buff Kens. But I've not tried it on this. I don't know if I've ever had a model Muse Ken or male doll. No, I'm sure I have not. So this guy will be my first and hopefully my last, because the body is pretty much useless if you can't pose him properly. I mean, you know, I could use him as a male model, but, you know, he still wants to hug his girlfriend or boyfriend. So if you pull these down a little bit on his hips, I think that works. It's a little bit loose on his body for sure, but I think it probably won't show once we put a shirt on him. Now let's see. I mean, you could definitely have that shirt back, or we could just do something different. I kind of thought this Blondie t-shirt might be fun for New Orleans. If I can figure out where I got this Blondie t-shirt from, I will put it in, you know, I'll put it on my video, because I've had it for a while now, but it's a very beautifully constructed t-shirt, and I like that the Velcro goes all the way down, so it's easy to dress your doll. And she's a very nice woman. I know she made some custom t-shirts for me at one point, because she had sold out of something, and then I was interested in it, and she said, sure, I'll make those for you. I love that when these Etsy sellers are so accommodating. It really is a lovely thing. Okay, that's cool. I like that. And then I think we can put his shoes back because they're very nice. No reason why we need to switch his shoes. Okay. And then let's get him a jacket. So we have this blue puffer jacket that I think would be cool because it is fall. The brown doesn't really go with it. Black. Yeah, this is nice, but it's a little bit too much black, I think. Ooh, maybe. Let's see. Let's see if the red one works. I think it will be nice. I think it'll brighten up this outfit. And, you know, he is kind of an avant-garde guy. So I think red might be something that he would wear. Okay, there we go. Well, they are easy to dress. Okay, I think he looks cool, right? What do you think? I mean, he'd look cooler if he could put his hands in his pocket. Oh my goodness, why, Mattel, why? Oh, man. But otherwise, he looks nice in this outfit, so I like it. I think this is a good choice. And again, I don't know where this came from. Let's see, was there a Mattel label in it? I'm sure it is from Mattel, but I don't see a label. After a while, they stopped doing the labels, which is a shame. But I do think it looks nice on him. Yeah, it does, definitely. Good-looking guy. He looks good in red. Okay, so now I want to see if the outfit he came in would work on a curvy doll. So I have Frida here. Frida looks 12, and she's, again, a real beautiful girl. I really like her face a lot. Very pretty. She has nice makeup on, and a little more than, you know, the neutral tones, but she's a pretty girl. Let's see. This is such a pretty dress. The elastic's getting a little bit loose on it. Oh man, it might be Fashion Avenue. I'm not 100% positive, but it's definitely by Mattel, but I've had it for a really long time. It still has the old snaps on it. Maybe there's a label. Yes, there is. Let's see what the label says. Some of these outfits are still available online. I'm not sure. I have not looked up this one. It says genuine Barbie. So it's not saying whether it's Fashion Avenue, but it definitely looks it, doesn't it? I think it might very well be. All right, Frida, let's see if John's outfit fits you. Yeah, sometimes the Ken's outfits fit the curvies really well because we have such a challenge with our curvies. You know, the only clothes they seem to get from Mattel are the you know, those, I don't know, that cheap fabric that's sort of very elastic so that it does fit the curvy bodies. Now these pants seem snug and a little bit hard to put on. I think the thighs aren't snug. Oh yeah. Wow, okay, that's a disappointment. I thought she'd be cute in this, but that's not gonna work. I'm sorry, Frida. I thought I got a new outfit for you. So let's see how these pants fit the original John. Yeah, it's fine on him. It's fine on him. All right, so, you know, not all Ken outfits fit the curvies, so I guess it's a trial and error kind of thing. But I do want to try the transparent raincoat on Frida. So I have Frida dressed in the trench coat. You know, I think I might like that. I don't have any white boots that fit her, so that's why she's got these black slouchy ones on, because they fit her really well. But I think this bag might be a little bit too much. It's very, very stark white, and I think it might go better with a different outfit. I think it's a little bit sort of loud, I think, is what it feels like next to the blue. But the blue is, I do like the trench coat on her. It's a little bit big, you know, in the shoulders. I remember when these sort of transparent raincoats were really in style. My girlfriend had one. So the collar can go up or down. I kind of like it up. I thought it was cute. The belt is separate, by the way, and there are no belt loops, just something to be aware of. And there are also, there's not an enclosure. There's no way to close the trench coat without cinching it with the belt. It's a little bit stiff, but then, you know, we're heading into winter here in Maine, so I think that, you know, warmer weather, it would be a little bit more flexible, but it's pretty stiff, and the sleeves do come down a little bit long. So, you know, I'm not 100% sure that it works really well. I mean, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you like it on Frida? Do you think this is something we can get away with? You know, there's, I can't really turn the sleeves up. They've got these little, I'm not sure what they call these little, you know, details on coats that they do sometimes. So, you know, it is stitched. I don't even know how they made this. How do you stitch vinyl like this? I don't know. But, it's, you know, it's not like I can really pull it up on her really, really well. I kind of can. So, yeah, I think you could, I think it could make a cute coat for her, for the curvies. I mean, I swear we hardly have anything that fits the curvies properly. That is actually quality. But yeah, I think I like the trench coat on her. So anyway, let me know what you think of my restyle of our new John and also, well, Doug. Okay, let's name you Doug. I do think that suits you well. And then let's pray that Mattel comes out with a made-to-move body that is this skin tone, because it's a beautiful tone. I love his coloring. But I don't have anything in my collection that I can use to rebody him on. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this little trip to New Orleans. And I'm going to try to put a few photos in the, you know, after I wrap up. Probably not too many, because I've got to go to work, and I want to get this video up so that you have a chance to take advantage of that 50% off sale at Mattel. So I want to wish you a wonderful Veterans Day weekend, and I hope you are enjoying your hobby this weekend. Please take care of yourself and those you love, and I send you my love.